concrete walls and the ceiling of lead. Got 1,000 voices screaming in my head. The clock is a liar, the sun is a thief. I'm digging for gold in the mines of grief. 115, the rhythm of the blade, cutting through the debt that you never paid. I don't want your money, I don't want your soul, I just want the pieces to make me feel whole. Iron in the blood, hammer in the hand, building my palace on sinking sand. Hammer and iron, the song of the dead, painting the town in a charcoal red. 115 beats of pure spite, chewing on the bones of the cold midnight. Hammer and iron, strike while it's hot, give 'em everything that you haven't got. The riff is a saw blade cutting through stone. I'm the king of a kingdom made of muscle and bone. You tried to cage me, you tried to bend, but I'm the beginning and I'm the end. See the sparks flying from the rhythm section, that's the dying light of your last connection. Every strike of the anvil, every pull of the chain is a brand new verse in the gospel of pain. Iron in the blood, hammer in the hand, no one survives what I've got planned. Hammer and iron, the song of the dead, painting the town in a charcoal red. 115 beats of pure spite, chewing on the bones of the cold midnight. Hammer and iron, strike while it's hot, give 'em everything that you haven't got.
The guitar turns into a wall of screeching feedback. Drums shift to a relentless tribal scrawl. One hum scrapes that louder and more distant ass-broken roar. Strike, followed by total silence for 1 second.
Fire in the belly, smoke in the eye. The truth is a bird that's forgotten how to fly. I'm the heat, I'm the forge, I'm the heavy blow. Everything you built is about to go. The walls are melting, the floor is a cage. I'm writing the final bloody page. You can hear me coming by the clank of the steel. The only thing left that's actually real. One last strike before the furnace goes cold. A story of iron that'll never be told. Hammer and iron, the song of the dead, painting the town in a charcoal red. 115 beats of pure spite, chewing on the bones of the cold midnight. Hammer and iron, the job is all done. I'm the only one left standing in the sun. Midnight finds me where the seat-eaters lean, digging holes for the things unseen. Names on pine boxes, faces forgot. I know every secret they brought to ride. 80 beats under lantern glow, graveyard preacher reaping what they sow. No Sunday sermon, no flock to save, just the dirt that takes them to the grave. Red dots of preacher whispering low, snare brush counting every soul they owe, slide guitar moaning through the cedar row, dark blue sermon where the dead winds blow. Red dots of preacher, midnight mass, blessing the bones and the moaning grass. Mayor comes quiet when the moon hangs full, slipping me cash for a deeper pull. Widow brings trinkets wrapped in black lace, asking the earth to forget her husband's face. Every spadeful tells a tale untold, blues so deep they turn the dirt to gold. Ain't no judgment from the cold clay lips, just eternal quiet where the gossips flip. Preacher whispering low, snare brush counting every soul they owe, slide guitar moaning through the cedar row, dark blue sermon where the dead winds blow. Gray Austin preacher, midnight mass, blessing the bones in the morning grave. Secret spoken, names all broken, left keeps crying, never betrayed. When my time comes and the lantern swings low, dig my hole where the wild onions grow. No stone to mark where this preacher fell, just the blues echoing from a deeper well. Final shovel rest where the cedar sigh, graveyard sermon, good night and goodbye. Red dots of preacher, final hold up, snare fades quiet where the earth gets snug, slide guitar crying for the preacher man, dark blues testament since time began. Red dots of preacher, 3 seeds, all debts collected. your breath through perforated steel. Your lungs owe tax on every cycle. Every heartbeat pays my landlord's deal. Built this factory from broken fingers, forged the chains from wedding rings. Your spine supports my second story. Your sweat greases all my springs. Oxygen is company property. Every inhale locked and built. Exhale returns the deficit. Your body works against its will. Production quotas measure breathing. Shortfall shows in crimson yield. Iron lung expands, contracts collapse. Life support with interest sealed. Monday you collapsed at Station 7. Tuesday woke in debt collection ward. Doctor wrote your convalescence as sabotage against the board. 15% lung efficiency means 15 lashes payroll due. Rest is luxury for management. Your air belongs to latitude. Oxygen is company property. Every inhale locked and built. Exhale returns the deficit. Your body works against its will. Production quotas measure breathing. Shortfall shows in crimson yield. Iron lung expands, contracts collects. Life support with interest sealed. Used to feel the guilt of ownership. Signatures that choked on factory smoke. Now the ledgers balance perfectly. Human capital's the only joke. One day they'll install my replacement. Steel heart pumping, payroll through the line. I'll be archived as inefficiency, preserved in formaldehyde and time. guitar, black sky. Something watching when the cars roll by. Eyes like coals in a stray dog's head, tracking every step I tread. I shook the deals, burned the tie. Still feel teeth in the back of my mind. Looking up, but it ain't salvation. Just a hellhound constellation. Stars spell out what I've become ever since a burning sun. Hellhound constellation hanging low, following everywhere I go. I can run but not escape those teeth drawn in the night's black shade. Slide guitar howls like a siren's throat. Heaven shivers under every note. Thought I left it on that midnight road, buried in a ditch where the engines blow. But every town when the lights go dim, see that shape at the skyline's rim. Shadow dog in a sky of coal, running circles round my soul. You can't hide from what you fed. Every bone comes back for bread. Hanging low, following everywhere I go. I can run but not escape those teeth drawn in the night's black shade. Snarling slide rips a jagged riff, drums hit like slow hammer blows. Bass grinds in a rising pan, and Hannah swirls wide like a galaxy of smoke. If I tear my gaze from the burning sign, will those dogs still track my line? If I beg the dark for one reprieve, will that pack just never leave? Dawn comes pale, but it don't erase what the night carved in my face. Every scar a little star, marking how I got this far. So when the sky turns iron blue and the howl comes cutting through, I just nod in recognition. Me and my hellhound constellation. Ain't no mercy in that glow, only proof of what I know. Hellhound constellation, fierce and bright, chasing me through every night. When I'm gone and the lights burn out, those dogs will still be running my route. through the heavy clay. Sun gone down on another wicked day. Got a sack of troubles over my shoulder bone. Walk in a path where the weeds are overgrown. Ain't no preacher gonna save my soul tonight. Not when the devil's holding the only light. I'm out of good wells, long and low. Oh, Black Tar River, rolling slow and deep. You got secrets that you promised to keep. Swallow my burden, swallow my sin. Don't let the water wash it back again. Black Tar River, cold as a dead man's eye. Don't tell no truth, don't tell no lie. Met a man at the crossroads with a silver tooth. He traded me a lie for an ugly truth. Said throw it in the water, watch the bubbles rise. But don't you dare look into your own eyes. Now the mud is calling my family name. Every drop of water whispers who's to blame. Slide guitar soul, water's thick like oil in the veins, washing away the blood but leaving the stains. I stand on the bank while the ripples spread, wishing I was the one sinking like lead. Silence heavy as a tombstone slab. Only sound is the river and the things it grabs. I turn my back on the muddy shore, but I know I ain't the same man no more. Shadow follows me back to the shack, and the Black Tar River, it don't give nothing back. I'm Muddick's calling in the feedback. Black Tar River, rolling slow. Wine through the window, ice in my old boots. Wine through the window, ice in my old boots. I got January in my pockets and last year on mute. Stove's out of fire, fridge out of anything sweet. Stove's out of fire, fridge out of anything sweet. Only thing that's getting fatter is the weight on my my 2 feet. I count the unpaid letters piled up by the door. I count the unpaid letters piled up by the door, each one like a little snowstorm on my worn-out floor. Hard winter blues sitting deep in my bones. Hard winter blues, man, they chill through these stones. When the world turns its back, you just talk to your own shadows and foam. My woman took the summer, left the cold for me. My woman took the summer, left the cold for me. Said you're always chasing money, never time that's free. I pour the last cheap whiskey, watch it sweat in a glass. I pour the last cheap whiskey, watch it sweat in the glass. Trying to warm up a future that looks like a frozen past. Neighbors close their curtain when my light stays on all night. Neighbors close their curtain when my light stays on all night. They don't want to see a man wrestling with his own fight. Hard winter blues sitting deep in my bones. Hard winter blues, man, they chill through these stones. When the world turns its back, you just talk to your own shadows and foam. For a miracle, just a day that don't feel long, a pair of hands that ain't this tired, a little place I still belong. Till then, this cold old hallway, when I echo with my song. If the spring ever finds me, hope it don't come too late. If the spring ever finds me, hope it don't come too late. I've been holding on to nothing but the rust on this old gate. Hard winter blues, you can crack but don't break me in two. Hard winter blues, I've been learning how to lose, but as long as I'm still breathing, I'll keep singing like a man who made it through. Lights go out at the market square, butcher's apron stained beyond repair. Hooks hang empty from the ceiling chain, but the block remembers every stain. I sharpen steel with a steady hand, cutting truth from the marble lane. No customers knock at this late hour, just the meat and me and the cleaver's power. Every slice reveals what hides beneath, muscle, bone, and the secrets underneath. Midnight butcher's hymn, singing low, carving wisdom from the undertow. 78 beats with the cleaver's fall, dividing flesh from the spiritual. Midnight butcher's hymn, precision cut, separating the maybe from the what. Guitar grinds slow like a bone sauce tea, drums pound heavy like the hanging bee. I've dressed 1,000 carcasses clean, seen the difference between lean and mean. Rich men's cuts and poor men's scrap all look the same on the butcher's rack. Democracy lives on the chopping block, where the cleaver don't care about your stock. Fat trimmed off with leaves, the honest core. What you pretend versus what you're for. Midnight butcher's hymn, singing low, carving wisdom from the undertow. 78 beats with the cleaver's fall, dividing from the spiritual. Midnight butcher's hymn, precision cut, separating the maybe from the what. They say a butcher's just a working man, but I see deeper than the average skin. Every joint tells a story true, how the creature lived before the slaughter through. Dawn approaches with the delivered truck, fresh meat hanging on the loading hood. I rinse the block with cold hose spray, washing evidence of the night away. But the hymn stays humming in my head, the sacred song of the daily bread. Midnight butcher knows the final cost of what gets saved and what gets lost. Final cut severs the last pretense, leaving only the marrow's dense defense. Midnight butcher's hymn, truth revealed, every portion weighed and sealed. 78 beats till the day shift comes, singing the ancient butchered songs. Midnight butcher's hymn, job complete, rendering the sacred from the meat. The air in here is older than my sins. Smells like stale whiskey where the night begins. I saw your shadow cross the frosted glass, waiting for the ghost of a debt to pass. You're holding a grudge like a loaded gun, but in this bar, boy, there's nowhere to run. The dust in the beams looks like falling gold, but the story we're writing's bloody and old. Click of the hammer, pour of the rye. One of us leaves and one's gonna lie. Stale whiskey and leave the breakfast that goes to the bridges we burn and the hollowed out toast. 90 beats dragging like a chain on the floor, death standing steady at the heavy oak door. Stale whiskey and lead, pay what you owe, 'cause the river is high and the light is getting low. Riff coils tight like a copperhead snake. One more word is all it's gonna take. I don't need a reason, I don't need a plan, I just need the steady of a working man's hand. You talk about justice, you talk about right, but justice is blind in the middle of the night. Hear the piano moan in the corner dark, it's playing the tune for a cold-hearted spark. Finger on the trigger, ice in the vein, washing the memory right down the drain. Stale whiskey and lead, the breakfast of ghosts, to the bridges we burned and the hollowed out toast. 90 beats dragging like a chain on the floor, death standing steady at the heavy old door. Stale whiskey and lead, pay what you owe, 'cause the river is high and the light is getting low.
The guitar drops to a low feedback, heavy growl. Piano hits street, it's in a low notes. Bong, bong, bong. The foot stomp speeds up briefly, then stops dead in silence for 2 seconds.
They'll find the bottle, they'll find the glass, they'll find the place where the shadows pass, but they won't find the truth in the empty shell. Some secrets are better off rotting in hell. I'm walking out slow, let the neon flicker. Blood in the sawdust is getting much thicker. The rain starts to fall on the gravel outside. Nowhere for a man or a monster to hide. I flick the last smoke into the mud. A little more whiskey, a little more blood. Stale whiskey and lead, the breakfast of ghosts, to the bridges we burned and the hollowed out toast. 90 beats dragging like a chain on the floor, death standing steady at the heavy oak door. Stale whiskey and lead, the debt is all paid. Now sleep in the bed that your choices are made. Down in the valley where the river don't run, there's a forge that burns hotter than the noonday sun. Old man working with a hammer and chain, shaping your future out of metal and pain. You bring him your wish wrapped in desperate hope. He grins real wide, says I'll cut you some rope. 94 beats like the hammer's own song. Forge don't care if your reasons are wrong. Sparks fly high, shadows grow tall. Every soul he shapes eventually falls. Iron soul forge, fire and will, bending the metal till your heart stands still. Pay with your breath, pay with your years. The hammer don't conscience just points to the flame, says throw in the pieces you can't reclaim. Watches you tremble as the fire climbs high, smelting your courage while your conscience dies. Slide guitar screams like a tortured vein, bass rumbles deep like the earth's own pain. When the work is done, he hands you the blade, but the edge cuts both ways in the deal you made. Steel don't lie, and the forge don't forgive. You wanted power, now see how you live. Iron soul forged, fire and will, bending the metal till your heart stands still. Pay with your breath, pay with your years. The hammer don't swing without feeding on fears. Iron soul forged, ancient and cruel, turning the foolish into fuel. Slide guitar bends one tortured, screaming note that sustains. A voice whispers over the flames, what did you sacrifice? The fire roars louder, then cuts to silence. They say he was cursed by a jealous god, condemned to forge till the world goes cold. Every soul he shapes takes a piece of his own, but it keeps on working in that fire throne. You walk out changed with your treasure in hand, but the weight of it breaks you where you stand. I left that valley with my burden of steel, forged in the heat of what I couldn't feel. Now every swing, every choice I make, echoes the hammer for the old man's sake. 94 beats till the anvil rings. Iron don't care what your freedom brings. Iron soul forged, the price comes due. Hammered in fire and tempered in you. Pay with your breath, pay with your years. The hammer keeps swinging through all your tears. Iron soul forged, legacy cold. Every soul shaped, eventually sold. Smoke hangs low in the backstreet air, broken glass winks like it doesn't care. Boot print stamped in an ore slick stain, last night's trouble, tonight's refrain. Dumpster lid with a dent like a skull, echo fists where the dark got full. No camera eye, no siren shout, no witness, Sally sorts it out. Brick walls leaning close to you, swallow every trace of fear. No witness alley, night runs red. Streets remember what's been said. If you fall and don't get found, only the shadows write it down. Slide guitar cries where the fire escape bends. Rumbling hums while the street light ends. Trash can choir in a rusting road. Rat tail hymns for a wandering soul. Pocket knife glints in a shaking hand. Heartbeat louder than the metal band. Deal goes south with a single shout. No witness, Sally snuffs it out. Footsteps fade to a nervous run. Alley keeps what's come undone. No witness alley, night runs red. Streets remember what's been said. If you fall and don't get found, only the shadows write it down.
Overdriven slide rake sharp phrases. Drums hit like boots on metal stairs. Bass thumps in tight, angry bursts. Hummer swirls in cold, dissolute chords.
If you bring your secrets here, leave your halo, bring your fear. Brick and tar don't testify. They just listen while you lie. Dawn creeps in with a dirty grave, washes nothing from the stains away. Crows on the wire sing a hungry song. Kids step over where things went wrong. Chalk outline never hits this ground. Trouble here don't make a sound. If you disappear without a shout, no witness alley clocks you out. Sun comes up, the story's gone. Only the pavement hums along. No witness alley, cold and blind, keeps the ledger in its mind. If I'm ever running down that way, no witness alley knows I pay. watch you weigh your words. Dollar signs don't measure the days since birth. I chase the heavy side of every scale, left my better half in the rusted trail. Now the balance swings, but it don't stay true. Everything I gain looks crooked too. Metal bends slow, but it always gives away. Truth gets lighter at the end of the day. Rustic scale blues, tipping my side. Snare drum steady where the honest abide. Slide guitar leveling what I can't square. Dark blues, justice in the open air. Rustic scale blues, needle don't lie. What goes around weighs heavy by and by. Sold my quiet for a louder name, traded clean hands for a winning game. Friends got fewer but the cash piled high. Mirror showed a stranger with my same eye. Scale kept turning through the smoking years, balancing debts with 1,000 fears. No gold polish makes a false way right. Gravity settles every debt by night. Rusted scale blues, tipping my side. Snare drum steady where the honest abide. Slide guitar leveling what I can't square. Dark blues, justice in the open air. Rusted scale blues, needle don't lie. What goes around weighs heavy by and by. Heavy heads, light heart. Scale swings, truth, think truth comes true. Extra weight where the cold wind goes. No more fighting what the balance knows. Simple measure where the clear stream flows. Rusted scale, don't judge, it only tells. Story of a man who outlived his shells. Rusted scale blues, finally still. Snare taps quiet on the windowsill. Slide guitar breathing even tonight. Dark blues measure in the morning light. Rusted scale blues, days that last. Living honest in the truth of the past. You've been almost ready for a long damn time.
Always one more day, always one more line. I don't do sympathy, I don't do slack. I do receipts and I do payback. Your front step creaks like it knows my way, like your whole house learned how to anticipate. 100 beats, steady and cold. This is the part where the truth gets told. Keep your story short, keep your hands still. The night got a way of bending well. Rent paid in blood, that's how it goes. When you live on favors and you duck what you owe. No, my bad, no next time, no luck. Only one clean answer when the bill shows up. Rent paid in blood, hear that drum? That's the sound of a debt coming. I see your porch light flicker and stall, like I don't want to witness this at all. You talk through the door like it buys you time, but time ain't yours, it's a crooked dime. Baseline heavy like boots in mud. Guitar bite me like a neighborhood grudge. You can open up or you can play tough. Either way, tonight is enough. No crowd for this, no camera smile, just a hard-taught lesson in a short real while. Rent paid in blood, that's how it goes. When you live off favors and you duck what you owe. No, my bad, no next time, no luck. Only one clean answer when the bill shows up. Rent paid in blood, hear that drum? That's the sound of a debt coming. Sweet, but prayers don't change what the street repeats. This ain't revenge, this ain't rage on fire. This is rent paid to the midnight buyer. Door swings wide and the air turns thin, like your lungs forgot how to let you in. I don't step fast, I don't step loud. I step like a verdict, calm and proud. 100 beats and your face goes gray, 'cause you finally understand what the silence says. When I turn around, don't call my name. You had your chance, now you pay the same. Rent paid in blood, no more delay. You can't talk your way out the price today. No, my bad, no next time, no luck. Only one clean answer when the bill shows up. Rent paid in blood, lights go numb. That's the sound of a debt done. the street lights flicker and fail, where the strong learn early how to take a nail. Empty fridge, cold floor, thin cold in the rain, but I kept one thing, my name in my veins. 90 BPM, marching slow and tight. Snare keep talking like a fist in the night. They said stay down, I said watch me stand. I don't need luck, I got careless hands. Oh, hold the line, don't you let it break. Snare keeps time when your whole world shakes. Hold the line through the blood and bruise. Turn that hard life into backbone blues. Hold the line, hear that drum say go. If you're still breathing, you still run the show. I lost good friends to the easy way out, to the bottle, to the needle, to the hush of doubt. I buried shame where the daylight won't reach, but pain taught lessons no preacher can teach. Bills stack high, but my spine stacks higher. Every setback feeding my fire. I don't need a throne, I don't need applause. I just need the beat and a reason, because hold the line, don't you let it break. Snare keeps time when your whole world shakes. Hold the line through the blood and bruise. Turn that hard life into backbone blues. Hold the line, hear that drum say go. If you're still breathing, you still run the show. If your hands are shaking, raise them anyway. If your heart is tired, make it work the next mile. The world respects one thing, a man who won't fold. Keep your head up and your story told. Slide guitar answers with short, angry stains. Hold the line, don't you let it break. Snare keeps time when your whole world shakes. Hold the line, make the dark obey. Put your boots on the ground and pull daylight your way. Hold the line, let the whole world know we move at 90, but we hit like stone.